It's been easy.
I'm going to call to order the Historic Preservation Commission meeting Monday, August 6th, 5:30. Roll call, I guess.
Joe Chappell,
Here.
Lynn Bilodeau,
Here.
Patrick Kerr,
Here.
Carol McPeak,
Here.
James Hensley,
Here.
Aaron Brown,
Here.
Ed Wood.
Here.
Got a quorum present.
Yes. And then we have item number 2 is public comments, and we do have one member, two members of the public here. And if you want to wait until we bring your item up, that would be fine. Okay, that's what they'd like to do. Item number 3 is approval of previous minutes from the regular meeting of July 2nd, 2018. So everyone had a chance to look over that? And if so, can I get a motion?
I move.
Second.
All in favor? Or do we do roll?
We can do a roll.
Do roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Patrick Kerr,
Yes.
Lynn Bilodeau,
Yes.
Joe Chappell,
Yes.
Carol McPeak,
Yes.
James Hensley,
Yes.
Aaron Brown.
Yes.
All right. Item number 4 is discussion and possible action for evaluation of as-built window sign for 110 West Harrison Avenue and proposal for replacement signage. The Guthrie Chamber off in the Acton building. Okay. Any comments?
I like the colors. This is the new colors?
Oh, that is what we currently had, and that is my apologies for that. When you all approved the black and white one, and then the woman who created all the images, she did them all for the city. And she said, hey, this will look really good if you use the colored ones. And I thought because the city had all the same colors that wouldn't be an issue. So my apologies on that. But we have changed our logo, so we have to change it anyways. And we think that if it's a white or off-white, it'll be able to be seen clearer from the street. So we have to change it anyways.
Okay.
We're adding the word greater to it because we're encompassing a lot more than just Guthrie these days.
Okay.
So that's all that's really changing.
So you are now going to be officially known as the
Greater.
Greater Guthrie Chamber of Commerce?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. Well, what can be wrong with being
Oh,
greater?
here it is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the new one?
Yes, sir.
In this colors?
Well, it'll be
Here we go.
the white or the off-white.
Oh,
It
there.
has the gray on the background, otherwise you wouldn't be able to see it on the paper.
Right.
So that's just a representation of what it would look like on the window. It will have the green, and it will have the gold, and we can adjust the green to whatever you like it to be.
Oh, we'll have the green, just
The
like
green star.
green star, gold, highlight.
Did you just not like the green and blue? That's like the
We-
two colors of Guthrie, because you have the high school blue, and then there's green everywhere in Guthrie.
We love those colors. That's what we had chosen. But what the problem is when they print them, even the person who printed our sticker, they've already printed it twice, 2 different machines in his office, and they came out very different colors.
Sure.
So it's really hard to match that, and I would hate for us to print it again and it not be the right colors for you all. So I feel like white is a better option.
And the gray background here is just
the
representation of
Just-
the window.
Yes, just for the window. Mhm.
All right.
Yeah. And we'll have to figure out something. I know Rebecca had mentioned possibly being an off-white is more traditional, and we'll have to figure out exactly what that looks like, because like I said, his machines print differently. And so I'd really love to just do this one more time,
Sure.
since we've done it twice.
I like the old colors better.
Yeah, I do too, but,
The color colors?
Yeah,
yeah,
like that better.
that's really a classic look right
Well, I think the concern is that the white would be able to be seen better
there. Okay.
from the street, is kind of what our, yeah, that's kind of our thing.
Well, that's what you guys picked. I'd move that we approve that in a bone or an off-white, whatever you want to call it.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Roll call.
First from Bilodeau, second from Hensley. Okay, so I've got a conditional approval for the lettering to be bone or off-white on the new design. Okay, Lynn Bilodeau,
Yes.
James Hensley,
Yes.
Joe Chappell,
Yes.
Patrick Kerr,
No.
Carol McPeak,
Yes.
and Aaron Brown.
Yes.
Okay,
And I'll just get the bone color from you and try to do our very best to match that color.
you can take the color palette if you
Okay.
want. We've got some different off-whites on there,
Okay.
and maybe that will help him match it better. Yeah,
Thank you very much.
you're welcome.
If I may, I have a question. Has that home on the range sign up above the building been there long?
It's been there, I think she put it up a month or two ago.
I don't remember ever approving that sign.
I don't know. That's not.
I think it was last July or August that it got approved.
I wasn't on the board. I just
It was
wanted-
before I was here too. I had to go
Okay.
look.
Any staff comments?
I just have one comment. I just wanted to take a moment to say that we're going to miss having Mr. Lentz on our commission and just everything that he's done for this community. He gave me a copy of his book that he had published about Guthrie just a few months ago. So I treasure that. I did before, but much more now.
Thank you.
Well, I think we can all agree that he was a real force
He was.
in Guthrie, and the word iconic comes to mind. He was sort of synonymous with this town, and of course, I knew his name long before I knew him. Somehow there was just a gap in our age, but I didn't meet him until about 5 or 6 years ago, which is crazy, but it's true. And we both talked about the fact that we knew each other, but we'd never met. So,
I moved here 10 years ago to be the curator at the museum, and so learning Guthrie history, he was one of my first assets because he knew the publishing museum better than anybody, and so he really taught me a lot about Guthrie. So it was really amazing to be able to have that interaction with him.
Well, I've
And
known-
attending his funeral was amazing.
I've
To
known
see
Lutz-
how many people were there in support of him and his family, it was just absolutely incredible, even though it was ungodly hot.
and a real eclectic crew.
It was
too.
great, it was
Yeah.
great. He had an impact on a lot of people.
I've known Lud for 42 years. He was also just a decent human being.
He just liked
Above all,
everybody.
He was a
He was
great
sort of the
guy.
Will Rogers of Guthrie.
Great guy. I'm going to miss him a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, his wealth of knowledge, his knowledge of Guthrie, history, his taking care of the publishing museum, all the different aspects that he did here to help get Guthrie on the historic register and to get that ball rolling back years ago to bring Guthrie into the national spotlight. It's quite amazing. He's going to be very dearly missed.
And then some of you know, Lloyd's the reason that I got involved with the Publishing Museum project. We struck up a friendship early on. And we've already received a $5,000 donation and at least another $100 specifically for a memorial garden in his honor at the west end of the parking lots where we're going to put it in. Thankfully, we didn't do it before last week because last week OG&E tore that whole area up, redoing the electric. There was some lines that weren't getting power, and they had to dig that up and dig in 2 of the alleys back behind. But that's going to be one of the things we do is set up a memorial garden for that.
That's wonderful.
Great.
Maybe the city would like to help contribute to that as well. You might put a bug in somebody's ear. I'd be glad to come and make a presentation and ask for it. I'm in asking for money mode anyway these days.
Very cool.
Not even running for office.
No. No, this is worse than that, 'cause we're gonna need about $7 million on the building.
Any other commissioners have any comments? Then we stand